Hello and welcome to Quotes Today by LiveLaw. Let's get to today's top legal updates. In the Murshidabad violence matter, Supreme Court rebukes petitioner over irresponsible averments, allows filing of fresh plea, files suit for damages. Supreme Court advises man seeking compensation for disability allegedly caused by COVID vaccine. The Indian Express moves Supreme Court against Gujarat High Court order calling for fresh apology over incorrect reporting of proceedings. Defective investigation does not automatically vitiate prosecution's case if other relevant evidence exists. Supreme Court. Merely liking a social media post does not amount to publishing or transmitting it. Allahabad High Court. I'm your host, Syed Amir Hussain, with your daily roundup of legal updates from across the country. For detailed reading, you can always visit www.livelaw.in. Please make sure to watch this video till the very end and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel because your support means the world to us. Before we dive into today's update, here's an amazing opportunity for all judiciary aspirants. LiveLaw Academy, LiveLaw's dedicated judiciary coaching platform, is offering an exclusive combo course that covers both procedural and substantive laws in one powerful package. In this combo, you will learn Code of Civil Procedure 1908, the Limitation Act 1963, the Indian Contract Act 1872, the Specific Relief Act 1963. These are core subjects for any judicial service exam, and the courses are taught by renowned legal professionals and retired judges with years of experience. The total value of this combo is 22,000 rupees, but for a limited time only, you can grab it at just rupees 9,999, a massive 58% discount. Don't miss this golden chance to strengthen your preparation with expert guidance. Enroll now and give your judiciary journey the edge it deserves. For more information, log on to livelawacademy.com. The Supreme Court today dismissed two petitions seeking a court-monitored probe into the Murshidabad violence following protests against the Waqf Amendment Act 2025. Citing lack of proper pleadings, a bench led by Justice Suryakant criticized Advocate Shashank Shekhar Jha for making irresponsible and unverified averments, including reliance on media reports and unnamed sources. The court emphasized maintaining decorum and accuracy in petitions, especially when filed in the Supreme Court. Justice Kant objected to offensive language and allegations made against individuals who weren't party to the case. The court allowed both Jha and Advocate Vishal Tiwari, who sought a judicial inquiry panel, to withdraw their pleas with liberty to file fresh petitions with better particulars. The violence, which began after the Act's enforcement on April 8th, left at least 3 people dead, led to over 270 arrests, and forced several people to flee. The Calcutta High Court has already ordered Central Forces deployment and action on provocative speeches in the region. The Supreme Court today advised a man who developed 100% lower limb disability allegedly after receiving the Covishield vaccine to file a suit for damages instead of pursuing a writ petition. A bench of Justices B.R. Gavai and Augustine George Massey noted that a writ could take many years, while a suit may offer quicker relief. The petitioner, represented by AOR Purushottam Sharma Tripathi, has sought compensation, reimbursement of medical expenses, future treatment support, and dignity as a disabled person. He also requested guidelines to address adverse effects following immunization (AEFI) from COVID vaccines. The petition cites violations of Articles 14, 19, and 21, invoking principles like absolute liability and parens patriae. The court, while noting that similar petitions are pending, remarked that keeping this writ alive may delay relief and encouraged a suit instead. The council sought time for instructions and the matter was adjourned. The Indian Express has moved the Supreme Court, challenging a Gujarat High Court order that refused to accept its apology for misreporting court proceedings and directed a fresh, clearer apology. The Supreme Court bench of Justices B.R. Gavai and A.G. Massey granted leave and tagged the plea with similar one filed by Times of India's parent company Bennett Coleman. In 2023, the Gujarat High Court had issued notices to the Indian Express, Times of India and Divya Bhaskar for misleading coverage that falsely portrayed the court's oral observations as final views. Though the papers later published apologies, the High Court found them to be vague and inadequate, calling them eyewash for lacking clarity and remorse. It demanded bold, front-page apologies, clearly stating the misreporting. The SC has stayed the High Court's September 2nd order in the Times of India case, but allowed the main proceedings related to the Gujarat Education Act to continue. The Supreme Court upheld the conviction of an appellant despite allegations of a faulty investigation, holding that investigative lapses do not invalidate a prosecution if credible evidence exists. The bench of Justices Sudhanshu Dhulia and K. Vinod Chandran relied on State of Karnataka versus K. Yarappa Reddy to stress that even if an investigation is tainted, the remaining evidence must be thoroughly scrutinized. The appellant, initially sentenced to death and later given 10 years rigorous imprisonment under IPC Sections 304 Part 2, 120B by the High Court, claimed the FIR was manipulated and witnesses' statements were delayed. However, the court found strong corroboration from prosecution witnesses regarding motive and presence at the crime scene. It concluded that sufficient credible evidence established guilt, rendering the flawed investigation non-fatal to the prosecution. The appeal was dismissed. Can you get arrested just for liking a post online? The Allahabad High Court says no. In a crucial ruling, the court held that simply liking a social media post does not amount to publishing or transmitting it under Section 67 of the IT Act, which deals with punishment for sharing obscene material online. Justice Saurabh Srivastava clarified that a post is considered published when it's posted and transmitted when it is shared or retweeted, but not when someone merely likes it. The case involved a man named Imran Khan who was accused of liking a so-called provocative post that allegedly led to a gathering of 600 to 700 people. But the court said the post wasn't even obscene and Section 67 only covers sexually explicit material, not provocative or political messages. The judge also pointed out that no objectionable content was actually found on the man's Facebook account, and there was no solid evidence linking him to anything unlawful.